Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode. All right, well, it's kind of an odd thing to add to a Business Buyer Diaries podcast, but I was talking to someone at the studio and they do some side hustle work. And, okay, cool. Awesome, we'll have fun doing that. Have a good weekend. And it just hit me afterwards, wait a minute. Right now as I'm going through credit counseling and having to make a budget and talk about increasing income or lowering expenses, because you have to do that if you declare bankruptcy. You're obligated as part of the Department of Justice's bankruptcy process. You have to go through financial counseling, credit counseling on how it all works. And so increasing income, decreasing expenses. And so I drove away from the studio. I'm like, wait a minute. This person's doing side hustle money. Let me give him a call. So I called him and said, wait a minute. Do you need help? Are you good? So he's like, no, man. We're always looking for people to do it. You want to do it? I said, yeah, I want to do it. Let's talk about doing it. So, okay, well, let me call the owner of the company. And he calls the owner of the company, and he calls me back 10 minutes later, and he's like, all right, man, I went to bat for you. Be at this address at this time. We're going to do this event together. You're not hired on per se, but you'll get paid for it, but we're going to chain you in. And it's basically working at a photo booth. At weddings and corporate events and bar mitzvahs and anytime there's a party and there's a photo booth rented out. So we'll train you in, we'll get you going. The owner has to like you, get to know you, and if you're in, then you're in. If not, then you'll just get paid for the stuff you do. Cool? So yeah, totally. So I went home and worked my day job the rest of the day, and then at the end was like, all right, babe, I'm working a night shift tonight. I'm driving 45 minutes away from, kind of an hour away from home to go. Basically, I drive to a warehouse, pick up the equipment, and then driving with this person to now go set up this photo booth in a city that's an hour away from home, kind of in the boonies. We run a photo booth for 3, 4, 5 hours. We set it up, and then afterwards we take it all down, and then we now take it back to this warehouse, and then drive home, and I don't get it home until 1 o'clock in the morning. And it just hit me how fast hey, when you're looking for something, you can find something. But if you're not looking for it, you can't find it. And it's that classic, what are you looking for? And right now, I can be looking for despair and stress and anxiety and feelings of hopelessness. Our life is over. This is the end of all good things. And no, I don't want to look for that. So I don't want to think about that. I'm not going to bury my head in the sand and pretend this is my dream day to day, but all right, if there's an opportunity, let's go find some opportunity, and here's an opportunity. And so I'll have to look at the tally of hours, but yesterday it was a solid, 5 to 1 a.m. shift, so that's an 8-hour shift, or 8 hours from home, but that's a good chunk of time, and that adds up. I won't say what they're paying me, but it's more than Target, more than Home Depot, more than Uber, more than whatever. This is money that it's crazy. And it's very very spontaneous shift work. So that's why it's going to be higher, because it's comp for an unpredictable life. And then so I went to bed. My wife was great. I went to bed at 1:45, 2 o'clock in the morning, which is not me. I'm a 9:30, 10:30 p.m. at night person. That's my jam. So my wife let me sleep in, which is great. Woke up at 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning, and there's a text from the owner that said, hey, sounds like last night went well. Nice work. Someone bailed on their 2 shifts today. Do you want to do the, what was it, the 12 to 3:30 shift, or even a 5:30 to 11:30 and get trained in? And I'm oh, dude, thanks for the invite. I can do that first one. I can't do the second one, but no, I appreciate it. Definitely count me in. I'm on. Tell me where to go and when to be there, and I'll do it. And so just now finished up working in a bar mitzvah. Went to a brewery. They have a really cool upper private room and a lot of really cool people celebrating someone turning 12, 13 years old, and ran a photo booth with somebody else. And so how to set the equipment, how to run it, how to have fun, and all that good stuff. And so all that to say, like 24 hours ago, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, should I apply at Home Depot? Should I get a second corporate job? Like, my big thing, my goals out of all this is have something that is decently flexible with family schedule, pays above average comp, because I just don't want to do like, I don't want to do like basic work at Target or Cup Foods or a grocer. If I can find something that's a little more entrepreneurial, a little higher pay for a more atypical shift, unpredictableness, like let's be a little creative here, and like higher uncertainty, higher compensation. And so here we are. So 24 hours later, I've worked 2 work shifts, and we're now going to get things ironed out and confirmed that this is going to be something I can do long term. Now, in terms of like how many hours, how many shifts, I don't know. My goal number 1 is provide for the family, and that's keeping my day job strong. Goal number 2, figure out how to keep the gym afloat or add some cushion to our home. And if I can't keep the gym afloat, I'll have to let that dream go. I've been working on that dream for 10 months. I still haven't cracked the code. So if I were a betting person, I would not be betting on that one. But all of a sudden to have like some momentum, some fun, to be lighthearted about something, just engaged on it, like we're going to roll with it. So right now it's 4:30. We're going to drop off the equipment. Keep building in trust, show I can put in the sweat equity, and go home and enjoy the rest of this Saturday. It wasn't my dream Saturday. I basically had 2 hours with my kids and my wife at home, and I was gone from like 12 to 5 in the middle of the day. I mean, they slept for 2 of those hours, but like, that's not my dream Saturday. But it's a Saturday I need to be doing right now. So we're going to go, drop off the equipment, head home, make the rest of the day special. And for the lack of quantity of hours, I'm going to be extra intentional and have high quality hours with them. 6 hours of distracted time is now going to be replaced with 3 hours of highly focused, highly intentional, no phone, no notification, distraction, making memory kind of things. So I'm going to keep looking for opportunity. I'm going to put in that time and that engagement. I'm going to be a focused parent, and I'm a person who can figure things out. I'm going to figure things out one at a time. And for right now, it's working my day job like a rock star, working photo booth events like a rock star, and then being a parent like a rock star. That's where we're going. Let's rock and roll. This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.